I can't do this. Like, this is not fair.
Yes.
I'm missing out on weekends with my mates. I'm young, like I'm grinding, and I'm not seeing the results. So I quit. Don't do what I did and go, okay, I've shot all these different things. I hate this, this, and this, but it's what's paying me. I'm gonna do it anyway, just to say that I'm a creator or I'm a photographer. Because trust me, you get burnt out, and then you don't want to do it anymore. That's the one thing that I'm now applying to my second chance. Is I could probably quit my job today if I wanted and go shoot weddings and shoot events and shoot that, but I'm gonna wind up exactly back where I was before. I want it to be better. I want it to be great. I want people to look at it and go, holy shit, that's sick. But more importantly, I want me to look at it and go, holy shit, that's sick.
Today I'm sitting down with portrait photographer Sam Cousins. And what I love about this conversation is that it's not just about lighting setups or camera gear. It's about what happens when you turn your passion into a job. Sam started working in a family portrait studio. Long hours, high volume, no creative fulfillment, and ended up hitting burnout hard. To the point where he put the camera down and completely walked away from photography. Now he works full-time in recruitment and does photography purely for the love of it. In this episode, we break down what burnout actually taught him, how he develops his portrait concepts, the difference between doing creative work and creating work you're actually proud of, and why sometimes stepping away could be the thing that brings you back stronger. So if you've ever felt torn between making money and making meaningful work, then this one's for you. So let's get into it. You've worked for people, you've done the freelance thing, you've worked a job completely outside of creative while doing creative on the side. You can talk from a lot of experience in all these places that a lot of people don't really know whether to go into or not. Yeah. And they kind of hesitate because they don't know whether they like doing it.
Yeah. I can talk about failure as well.
yeah, exactly. Well, most of us do fail. Like what we were talking about before, a lot of us just learn through YouTube. Yeah. So like failure is almost like inevitable for a lot of this.
Which I'm kind of jealous of this. This makes me sound so old. Of the younger generation.
I'm old too, bro. Don't worry.
Of the younger generation. I didn't have YouTube when I was learning. Like that wasn't what YouTube was back then. Yep. So for context, for anyone watching, I just turned 34. So mid-30s.
I'm turning 40 this year.
Well, there you go. Yeah, that's terrifying. But back then, like YouTube was just funny memes, really, if you think about it, like funny videos. There wasn't too much like educational sort of stuff. But yeah, I can give you a timeline if you want of because I've been in and out. Yeah. What would you rather?
Quick rundown of like when you first finished high school, you started working in a studio almost immediately, right?
So I did. So okay, long story short. Yeah. High school, year 11, did a thing what they called was art visuals, which was basically multimedia. Yep. They just called it a fancy name. Okay. So then I went to Ultimo TAFE to study photography. I was there for 3 months, and it was all theory. Okay. And like I said before, concentration levels.
Not great.
I couldn't do it. I'm like, this is like boring. Like I'm talking about like, which now I'm kind of like, oh, I wish I paid a bit more attention about the theory. But then I was talking to a couple of people. They're like, dude, just go get a job as an assistant. Okay, like, you're going to learn more in that time than you are just sitting through these boring lectures and all this sort of stuff. So I applied. It's really funny. I had another mate called Matt Dunbar, and he went down the surfing photography route. Cool. And I just applied for all of these places, and the first job I got was a children and family studio photography.
Were you just applying for anything?
I was applying for any photography related. Like I just wanted to get my foot in the door. Fair. And I ended up at this place, and within 3 months I was promoted to photographer. Nice. But in that 3 months of being an assistant, I learned way more than I did as that 3 months of theory. So then that was a pretty toxic place that I was at. It was
the good, studio.
The studio. Yeah. They're just run by like some not very nice people. But it was very great learning experience. Yeah. Like learned heaps. There was this guy there called Ben Williams, really good photographer, a bit older than me. And I'm like, dude, we can do what they're doing. Like I've spoken to my parents, and again, my parents are so supportive. It was awesome. I go, they've got a garage, or I don't know how to garage. I don't know however you pronounce it.
I got it. Yeah.
They go, if I pay for it, we can. I've got friends who are tradie mates. Like they're going to charge me $1,000 to put up a stud wall, and then we'll make a studio.
Yep.
And let's do it ourselves. Let's run our own business.
Cool.
Like, let's do it.
Yes.
Those guys are toxic. Like,
Yeah.
you know. And he went, yeah, let's do it. So we both quit, and then we both had to get part-time jobs immediately to fund it.
Cool.
So I was doing bartending and extras work.
Yep.
He was doing just straight extras work.
Wow.
And then we, again, did the children and family studio photography, but we also did outdoor photography as well.
Yep.
But we specialized in flash, as in like back then it was, we wanted to be portable. So we had like our 580 EX2 flash, and you have the attachments to your softbox.
Yep.
So that was like I think a pretty unique look for back then for like children and family photography. So we had a mixture of both studio and outdoor. But we were, me especially, I was very naive in the space. Like, I'd only technically been 6 to 9 months at this other place,
True.
right? And then thinking that I can do this by myself.
Yeah.
Advertising was a huge thing. And the thing that we shot ourselves in the foot was we didn't like how salesy they were at the other one.
Yeah,
so
fair.
the way that it worked in the children family, you'd come in, we'd do the shoot, and then sit down for 15 minutes, and then we'd go through the images on the computer together, and we'd try and sell you on thousands of dollars. Like that was
Yes.
how they made their money, right? Like,
I went to one of those when I was a teenager.
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then if you think about it, they've got to pay rent for usually it's in a mall or something. They've got to pay rent for that. Then they've got to pay rent for staff.
True.
There's lots of overheads, equipment, like, you know, all of this sort of stuff. So anyway, we didn't like that.
Yes.
So we're like, we're just going to do online sales. We're going to send them the album, and then they can choose what they want to buy.
Okay.
And they didn't buy much because, again, they didn't like because I'm in sales. Like education is a big thing. So you don't really have any influence when you're doing it online and just saying, hey, pick from it. Whereas if you go, when you came here, did you want to have it in your lounge room? Did you want to have it here?
Definitely.
You know, if you actually go a bit bigger, it could look better in this and this. So it ended up, we didn't end up making too much money. And then me and him are like, let's just freelance. Like, let's just go all out. So then I shot everything from like...
Oh, like not just family shoot, literally everything.
Everything. I'm talking like weddings, events. Like, I'm talking everything. And then
What was the goal during this period?
The goal was, so again, this was kind of, if I look back at it, it was kind of a realization of I was doing anything to say, I'm a photographer.
Okay.
Like, I'm a professional. I'm making a living from this, right? Like, I guess you could call it ego. Like, I was doing anything.
It's like, I need to make this work somehow.
I need to know this. Like, this is what I've studied. This is what I've done. I need to. I
invested all this time.
Correct. All my mates at the time, they were all at uni, or my other mates were in sales. They were all like, my mates in sales. Oh, also to tell you, children and family, I was making nothing. I'm talking like when I worked for them, I'm talking like 45K plus super. Like,
wow.
So what happened, right, is then we both decided that it wasn't working as a partnership sort of thing. Like, we had different sort of, like, he really enjoyed like more of the landscapes and wanted to sell prints and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's so boring. I like portraits. I like that sort of stuff.
Did you know at the time? Because I feel like it's cool. Like, when you're early in your career, it's cool to try everything.
Exactly.
To figure out what you like. So I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, like you said, we did everything. And then I definitely found I hated events.
Yeah, man. Me too.
Yeah. Hate events. And then weddings, not like, I love capturing the moment of, you know, golden hour, just them together, like the really portraiture kind of stuff. The rest of it, 95% of it,
ends up being an event.
Yeah. And it's stressful and it's really tough. And I kept doing that for years and years and years on the side because money.
Yeah.
But anyway, I went to bed and I'm like, look, I'm going to go back and work at another studio because I feel that we went into this too quickly, not knowing the ins and outs.
Yep.
I feel there's parts of the puzzle that we're missing, especially when it comes to marketing and how they get their leads and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So then I went back into a children and family studio and it was a bigger company. It was national. They had 7 photographers, and the way that they got their leads was you'd go to dealerships, let's say like Volkswagen or something, right? And go, hey, when you sell a car, wouldn't it be nice to give them a gift? And they're like, well, yeah, it would, but it costs money. Oh, no. We're going to give you a $750 gift card, which gets them a free session to our studio and an 11 by 14 print on the house.
Oh.
It doesn't cost anything, right?
Okay.
It's not going to cost you anything. It's not going to cost them anything. And they go, I don't know, like, and you go, look, we're of course going to try and upsell them.
Yeah.
But we're not going to make it a bad experience for them. We still, like, they can still come in. If they really want to be frugal, they can come in, they can get their free session with a professional photographer, and they walk away with a physical product. Like, you're giving them a really nice gift.
Yeah.
So that's how they got all their leads.
Okay.
So I was like, that's pretty smart. But then you hook them in, right? So the way that they judged who the best photographer was your average earnings per shoot. So I think the average was 1,500. 1,500 was the average that you wanted to aim for.
Got it.
And I was like, cool, I'm going to smash that. So by I got like, I think I was there for like a year. I think by like the 6-month mark, my average was 2,700.
Man.
I had reached.
You killed
like,
that shit.
Yeah, exactly. I had been the best. And the way that I did it was, I said, so again, their process was, you book in, you take a call with the photographer first, and we introduce you to it. Then you come in, do the shoot, you wait 15 minutes, we frantically go through and cull the images.
Yep.
And then they go into like a studio like this with a designer. Not a salesperson, a designer.
Okay, we don't want to can't call them a
salesperson.
Yeah.
And then that's when they sell to them. So I sat down with the salesperson. I'm like, because I was really interested in sales, remember, because all of my friends were in sales.
Yes.
And I'm like, I want to be more than just a photographer. Yeah. Because again, remember, I was freelancing, so I wanted to learn everything.
Totally.
So I'm like, tell me all the nuances. So basically what I learned was planting the seed. That was the main thing, planting the seed of sale and then communicating with the designer. So when I called them on the phone to introduce myself, hey, I'm Sam, I'm going to be your photographer next week. Great to meet you. What are you interested in? And they go, oh, we'd love to have a photo of all the kids together. We'd love to have one in our lounge room and we'd like to have one in our hallway. Oh, yes, sounds great. Okay, perfect, fantastic. And again, I'm not a pushy person. Like, you could be way pushier and way more manipulative. But like in the shoot, I'll be like, oh, okay, so when we spoke, like I'd have my notes. When we spoke, you wanted one here and here. Okay, let's do it. And I'll photograph it. And as I was photographing it, I'll be like, oh, this is going to go perfect in the lounge. Yes. And then this is going to go perfect in the hallway. And then in that 15 minutes, I'll talk to the designer and be like, this is the one that I said will go perfect in the lounge room. This is the one that I said will be perfect in the hallway. And then when she was selling it, designing it, she'd be like, this one, have you ever thought about putting like an image of you and the kids in your lounge room? And then what you could actually have is in the hallway, like one of the kids together and then you with the kids and your dad with the kids either side. Yeah. And then they would be like, wow. Like, yeah, that's I'm envisioning. And that's how we were able to.
Yeah, wow.
So it was
a whole system to it.
It was. And like, I never felt like too bad about it because I was never pushy. But I will 100% say to this day that children and family studio photography is the hardest job I've ever done. I was doing 5 days a week, 7 shoots a day. On the weekend, 8 shoots. And they were both I didn't have a weekend off. It was Saturday, Sunday. And being at that age, like all my friends are going out, getting drunk, partying.
Yeah, man.
And I never did it again. One day I went to work hungover and it was horrific.
Brutal.
Man. It was brutal. Because with kids, you need patience.
Yeah.
Like that's the main thing. And when you're hungover, you don't have
no
patience. So I never did that again. But yeah, they were like 7 1-hour shoots a day. And it was, the studio was so demanding because all they wanted to do was make money. Yeah. Right? They were in a business. Like all they wanted was money. So I've got, let's say, for example, I've got a family of 5. Right? I've got 2 parents, 3 kids. They would want, in an hour, family together, kids individually, mum and kids, dad and kids. And then if it was boy, girls, it would be like boys and girls. And then parents together, then parents individually.
Wow.
3 times, 3 different outfits, 3 different backdrops.
3 outfits.
Yep.
Wow, in an hour.
In an hour.
Damn.
And I had to make the lighting good and I had to make them laugh. That was the hardest part. So
Okay.
I had a big, I didn't have an assistant. So that first job that I was at, they did it better in my opinion because they had an assistant.
Yep.
So they had the photographer and then they had the assistant to get the kids' attention, get them to laugh. I had a big monopod, this huge, I don't think a tripod, whatever you want to call it, on wheels. I had it set up, the camera set up, and I had a trigger.
Yep.
And I would, at points, I'm not lying, I would grab a ball and hit myself in the head with the ball to get the kid to laugh. It was the hardest job I'd ever done, but I learned so much from it.
I was going to say, you're probably learning a lot.
Oh, learning a lot. But again, I got paid so badly. Remember, my averaging 2,700 a shoot, right? You can do that 7 times 7.
You can calculate how much money they're making.
Lot, yeah. And there was a commission. Anything that went over $1,000, you got $30.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh.
So then I went to them and said, hey, I'm your #1 photographer.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask you for a pay rise on my base. I'm going to ask you for commission.
Yep.
Every time it goes to 2,000, give me $100. Every time it goes to 2,500, give me $200.
Yeah. How'd they take that?
Nah,
No.
not happening.
Wow.
And I was like, what? Really? They're like, nah, not happening. And I was like, oh.
Shit.
I was like, I'm working my...
It's a good move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I was
Makes
like,
sense.
it's fair. I'm
Yeah.
like, you're only paying me
Yes.
when you get more money. And I'm like, I live out of home now. I'm paying rent.
Yeah.
I'm on 45K plus super plus
Totally.
this $30 thing. Well, that's nothing.
Yeah,
that's
man.
nothing. And this was a very big lesson for me or for anyone listening to know your worth.
Yes.
It was very difficult for me to go, oh my God, I'm a photographer.
I was going to say, you're wrestling with that because that was the goal. You said that was the goal in the beginning.
Yeah, I'm a photographer.
So you've achieved the goal.
Yeah, I've achieved it. I'm making a living. Not only am I a photographer, but I'm doing really good in this company.
Yeah.
But then I had to turn around to myself and go, what value do I give to myself? I'm getting paid $50 grand. Even though this was 14 years ago, 13 years ago,
not much, man.
I'm still paying $250 a week in rent.
Yeah.
It's
hard to get by.
It's hard to get by. And I'll always remember, I'm like, you know what? I can't do this. This is not fair.
Yes.
I'm missing out on weekends with my mates. I'm young. I'm grinding and I'm not seeing the results. So I quit. So it was really funny.
Did you have a plan when you quit?
No. So it got to a point where in my contract, because they had annoyed me so much with in my head, it built up so much that they took advantage of me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've done everything for you guys. And in my contract, it goes, you've got 1 week notice up until your 1 year. Anything after 1 year is 4 weeks.
Yep.
So 2 days before my 1 year, I quit to my manager.
Yep.
Who was the manager of the studios, not just my manager. I go, I'm out. I'm done. I'm so done with this. And she's like, oh, yeah, can you... And I go, I'm handing in my 1 week notice. She goes, 1 week? Oh, do you... could you stay on for 6 more weeks? And I looked at her and I go, okay. When I asked for a pay rise for commission, what did you say? She goes, oh, well, it wasn't, I sort of felt bad for her. She goes, it wasn't me, but we said no. And I'm like, okay. And then when I asked for it again, what did you say? And they go, we said no. And I go, when I asked for equipment to make the shoots better for our customers, what did you say? And she goes, oh, well, we said no. And I'm like, so why do you think that I'm going to turn around and say yes to you to work another 6 weeks when all you've done is say no to me?
Yeah.
And that sentence was probably one of the most satisfying sentences I've ever said in my life. And the look of just pure disbelief, because they just walked over me, right? Because I was young
Yeah.
And I was so excited to be a photographer, and I was
Yeah.
so like, I've done it. To then just be like beaten down, like, and just repeatedly like, no, to then look at their face when I said, I'm not doing six more weeks of hell for you. So again, burning a bridge, right?
Yeah, of
like,
course.
if you think about it, I'm burning a bridge.
Yeah.
But I didn't care about burning that bridge.
Yeah,
I was
it's not
happy.
one-
I was happy to burn that bridge. So then I go, okay, I can go back to running my own business of children and family studio photography, which I now realize is so hard. Like, don't get me wrong, like, love kids, they're awesome, but photographing them is tough.
Yeah.
Like, it's very demanding. I could go try and give that a crack again, which I've already failed at. Or I could go back to freelancing.
Yep.
Where, again, so my passion was portraits.
Yeah.
Like, I love portraits.
Yeah.
I couldn't get paid for it.
Yeah.
Like back then, I don't know if I wasn't good enough or any of that. Like, I just could not get work in it. I could get work in events. I could get work in weddings. I could get work in corporate.
Why do you think that is?
I think that's where the money was back then. The people that I wanted to do portraits for, I wanted to do modeling portfolios. I wanted to do that. And I think it touches on our conversation sort of earlier. The demographic and the target market for that.
Yep.
They are either upcoming actors or they're upcoming models.
Yes.
They don't have the money.
Yes.
And
I
back
agree.
then, the only people, when they didn't have the money, is when they went through agencies. And then the agencies go, you need to have a portfolio. Here's our recommended photographer.
They have a list of
They
people
have a list.
that they refer them
I
to.
couldn't get into any of those lists.
Yeah,
I don't think my back then, I didn't know enough about sales. I didn't know enough about networking. I didn't know enough to put myself out there, and I couldn't get it.
Yes.
So then, by that time, I was so burnt out.
Yeah.
I was so burnt out of photography. And then my friends...
So those two experience, like, or the first freelancing experience plus the two just bad experience.
Just
major,
and then my friend, like I said, shout out to Matt Dumber, I think he started shooting bells. Like as in the surf comp, bells. Like as a photographer.
Yeah.
Like he got to where he wanted to be, shooting what he wanted to shoot. Right? Like that was his passion. Whereas I took the route of, I'm going to do anything to get paid as a photographer to say I'm a photographer.
Yeah.
Whereas he did the smart thing and grinded his passion.
Yeah.
I grinded technically my passion, but I grinded it in an area that I didn't...
It didn't align with the.
I wasn't
really
passionate.
wanted to do.
I didn't like it. So that's what burnt me out.
For sure.
He was out there like meeting Kelly Slater and photographing him. He then went on to like boat trips around like the Ments where he was on a boat. Like, don't get me wrong, he's grinding. Like he's working very, very hard.
But it's so much easier to grind when you're in that position rather than...
Correct.
Yeah.
Because he's grinding something he loves.
Exactly.
Like I loved photography, but like I said, I'm doing really boring lighting.
Yeah.
I'm doing really challenging stuff, and it's not something that I would do in my spare time or like.
Exactly.
Whereas he would like.
He'd do it even if he wasn't getting paid.
Exactly. He's on a freaking boat in the Men's for a month. Yeah, sure, he's shooting 8 hours a day, which is rough, like really hard grinding. But then he's got 2 hours of surfing the best waves in the world. Yes, he's doing a 2-week competition where he's shooting like 10 to 12 hours a day, which is really tough, really hard. But he's getting to meet Kelly Slater, like Mick Fanning, like those guys. And he loves that kind of photography.
Yes.
Like he would post that on his Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Like, look at this shot of Mick Fanning. It's sick, I took it. I'm not going to post a photo on Instagram of somebody else's kid and be like, look at this epic side lighting I did on this 9-month-old.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen.
That really hit me. Like, it really hit me and made me go, wow. Okay, I wish I loved events. I wish I loved weddings, and I wish I loved corporate because I could make this a business. I could do that. And there's no offense to anyone who loves events and corporate.
Some people do, right? And that's
some
their
people
thing, yeah.
love it, and they do. Which I was jealous because I'm like, damn it, I can get work in this. I wish I loved it. So then all my friends were like either uni or sales.
Yep.
And then all of them go, dude, you can talk. And I'm sure you guys now know from this podcast that this guy can talk. I'm trying not to waffle, I swear. So then I made the really hard decision of, okay, I'm going to go into sales. And I'm going to keep photography as a passion. So then, you know how I spoke about the sales process earlier and that sort of thing? I spun my CV to be around that, right? And then I went and worked. So a really nice guy who ran a company called U Studios.
Yep.
And he goes, "Oh, dude, your photography is really good. Are you sure you don't want to be a photographer here?" I'm like, "No." I was like, I don't want to.
No like, form of that shopping.
Not today. No. So then he goes, "Well, cool, would love." I'm like, he came from account management in like radio and that sort of stuff. And then he started up this business because he saw how lucrative it was. And he goes, "Yeah, I'll bring you on as sales." I ended up doing a couple of shoots when like photographers were sick, and I hated it.
Yeah,
dude,
really.
Like I hated it.
Just not your. Just really did not become your thing.
It made me really realize that that was thing. So I think the only reason I told that really long story. Sorry, it's a really long story. Feel free to cut any of it. Is because I want people to know that it's not. Once you're in it, right, don't just be a photographer or a videographer doing something that you don't like just to pay the bills, because you get burnt out. It won't work. You're better off doing what I do now, which is I work in recruitment. I love my boss. I love who I work for. Do I love recruitment? No. But it pays the bills and it enables me to now build up on the side, which hopefully I'll turn full time, right? But I'm doing what I love on the side. That's what I'm doing now.
Yes.
So my advice would be to anyone who's listening, where they're in a similar sort of situation. And again, I'm not saying everyone's going to be like me, right? They might enjoy the grind of the creative, like doing the creative stuff that you don't like. But I found it burnt me out so much that I couldn't then grind the stuff that I wanted to do.
You wanted to do, yeah.
Like I wanted to do those creative portraits and, do all of that. But by the time it came down, I had done all the other grinding. I was like,
go on.
I just want free time at that point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we want other things outside of just that. Like your life isn't just that at the end of the day as well.
Which is what it got to. So then by that time, I was 24. I left that business after a year because it was so hard. That sales was so hard.
Did you find it beneficial? I've had, when in my 20s, throughout my 20s, I was a personal trainer, but I did a lot of sales work because I realized, similar to I spent from 20 to 34 as a personal trainer.
Yeah.
But going through a similar experience of what you went through, of like trying to figure it out, my lesson was like the people that are killing this are great at sales.
Yes. Oh yeah, 100%.
And that's what put me. I just tried to get into any position in my spare time that would improve my sales skills.
Yes.
So I was like similar to you. I sold kombucha.
Oh yeah, cool.
I'd walk into cafes, same thing.
Yeah.
Where's the manager? And I'd try, and I hated every second of it.
Dude, yeah.
But in my mind, I was like, if I get good at this, how easy is it going to be to sell anything else?
Yeah.
So the skills really translate into any career, especially like if you get really good at sales, pick any career and sales will get you in the door.
100%.
And then you can move your way around there. So I'm a big advocate of learning your sales skills.
Oh yeah, and plus if you can walk in cold to a business,
bro,
and you have the cojones
to
actually do that, you can do anything. Like that has got to be one of the most scariest jobs
it is
to do, because you're literally annoying people.
You
At
really
the end
are.
of the day, you're disrupting people's day.
You'd walk into a cafe and the dude would clearly be the manager. You're like, you're looking at how he's dressed compared to everyone else. You're like, where's the manager? And he's like, he's not here.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, bro. Come on, man. And then I'd always turn around and be like, what time's you going to be here? I'll come back. And then they're like, bro, just fuck off.
Yeah, exactly.
And you'd literally get that. And you're just like, man, this is the job. But I've met photographers now that I tell them, hey man, they're like, how do you find people on the pod? I'm like, I send them a DM. Or how do you find people to collaborate with? I just send them a DM and they're like, oh man, aren't you scared? And I'm like, dude, if you can walk into a cafe and like talk to just any random, sending a message is nothing.
It's nothing. Yeah. So, well, yeah, because I had, because obviously I was like, oh, maybe I'll go back to my business.
Yeah.
You know, that was the thing. So after I burnt out in that's why I went and took that sales job specifically at the photography studio.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, if I learn something else from this, maybe I do go back to it. Mm-hmm. But then after that, like I said, when he got me to step in and do those days when they were sick, I was like, oh man.
Hell no.
Oh, hell no. I'm not
Scarred
going back.
Heavily
it's gone. Like, it's gone. Like, I can't, I don't know how I did that. Like, I don't know. So I'd completely gone and diminished. And then I went into radio. I did like Today FM and Triple M. Mm-hmm. I worked there for a couple of years, met some great people. It was pretty, it felt like being in high school. It was kind of that culture. Like, I was an agency sales coordinator. Like, I did, like, I was still doing photography on the side then because I got the passion back.
Yeah.
Because I was like, man, I'm doing a job. Like, it's 90% admin. Like, I'm just doing this job that, like, sucks. Like, it is not creative. It's complete opposite to creative.
Yeah.
So then that's what that really drove me to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to keep doing photography on the side. So that's when I started doing weddings, and I started doing weddings on the side and that sort of stuff. And then after a couple of years there, that's when I got into recruitment. And now I've been in recruitment for close to like 7 years now.
Yep.
And it's only in the past couple of years that I've actually picked back up a camera properly and gone, I'm going to give it a punt.
Yeah.
But like you said, if I didn't have all that sort of sales and, you know, experience, I kind of wouldn't know where to, like, it's sort of like helped me. Like you said, like people go, oh, how do you collaborate with all these people? How do you organize all these shoots? I go, dude, easy. Like I just find someone, I send them a message or I call them, like, you know. And I've run a couple of workshops now with Mike and Alana around like lighting. But what we've introduced into it as well is part of Alana. So Alana's like one of the best models I've ever worked with. She's amazing. And she does a segment now that's, because a lot of people who come to the workshops are really interested in like TFP shoots, how to build their portfolio. Because as we discussed earlier, the best way to get paid to do something is to show someone you can do it.
Yep.
And how do you do that? Unfortunately, do it for free first. Just do it for free.
Yep.
But like so many people do spec ads now.
Yes. Plenty.
Basically like that. So what we teach in that what Alana teach in that first part is like how to reach out, how to do TFP, how to do all of that.
Yeah.
And if I didn't have that sales experience, I wouldn't be nearly as good at doing it as what I think I am.
I agree.
Yeah. The main thing is value proposition.
Yes.
Right? If you just reach out to a model, like say for example, you go, that model is going to be perfect for my vision. And you just send them a DM being like, hey, want to shoot? They're just going to look at it and be like, what?
Your chances are very low.
Yeah, your chances are very low. What do you mean shoot? Like what? Shoot what? Like they're just, because I remember when I was like, I'm just going to do some TFP and build up my portfolio and get back into it. And the first message I sent to someone was like, hey, do you want to shoot? And then I looked at it and I'm like, what am I doing? I'm like, I'm going to treat this like my job, like sales.
Exactly.
So the next person I messaged, hey, I really like your look. I like what you've done in the past. Here's my mood board. And more importantly, the thing that I see a lot of people do, right, is they go, here's my mood board. And they send this mood board that is phenomenal. And then I look at their page and I'm like,
it doesn't match up.
Like, that does not match up at all.
Yeah.
So and obviously you want to get there, right? So when I first started my TFP stuff, what I learned from sales as well, which again I carry into photography and video, is I like to deal with objections before they happen. So there's a thing in sales, like, you know, it's called objection handling, which is you've got to be prepared for somebody to go, okay, I don't like that, and then you deal with the objection and you do it. But I like to preempt the objection and I like to address it firstly. I go, hey, this is the mood board that I have. As you can see from my current work, this is a bit of a step up. And then I'd actually say to them, I've been for the past 2 weeks researching YouTube and learning this type of lighting. If you trust me, I know it's probably not going to reach exactly that. Let's use this mood board as a guide. but I'm going to try my hardest to achieve it.
Very good.
Like, that's what I'm going for. But I addressed the objection first.
Yes.
Because when you're sending a message to somebody, they're not going to even bother giving you an objection to deal with.
Yeah.
They're just going to read it and go, eh.
Yeah, they're not even going to reply.
They're not going to reply because
yeah.
they don't have to.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's really important, like when you're trying to build it up or start from scratch, because I get a lot of people reach out to me, how do you start from scratch doing this TFP? How do you get these MUAs? How do you get the stylists? How do you get these models? It's, you know, dealing with those objections first. Put it in there. If you don't think that your work's achievable to what you're posting,
Yep.
I would say give them a reason to trust that you're going to get as close to it as possible.
Yep.
Like, but also, don't send them a mood board that you don't think you can achieve.
Yeah, true.
I see a lot of people do that.
That's a good
because all
point.
you're going to do is let not just yourself down, but let them down.
You're setting the bar really high.
You're setting, you're setting
and
it.
if you know you've never achieved it.
Exactly. Whereas when I first did it, I go, hey, this mood board, I know it's better. Like, I literally said that. I know it's better than my current work. But what I have done is researched the crap out of it.
Yeah, very good.
Like, I have watched hours and hours of YouTube, and I
Yeah, man.
think with the right person,
Yep.
we can nail it.
Very good.
And I found that really helped. But then you also got to be honest with the model as well. Be like, if it fails, and I'd say that, like, if it fails, I'm sorry.
Yes.
You're taking a risk on me, but I'm going to give you everything.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to give you like
Nice.
400 images. Like, you're going to get
Yeah, man.
all of that. And I found that really helped, having that
The honesty at the very beginning.
Yeah.
I did the exact same thing. I remember when I first started, I knew nothing.
Yeah,
Absolutely
yeah.
nothing. And I would reach out to random people on Instagram. My trick was searching by area. So
Oh, yeah,
I
nice.
lived in Maroubra,
Yeah.
and I would just search. You can literally just type in Maroubra.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
if someone had tagged themselves in Maroubra,
Perfect.
they show up. And I'd go to recents, and I'm like, I know you've been here in the last 2 weeks. Like, you're not far. And I'll just scroll. And
Also, I'm not stalking you.
it was kind of creepy, right? So
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
why the communication is like super important
Exactly.
at the beginning. Because
I
I'd
know
reach
that you've been here 2 weeks ago on this exact date in this location.
100%. And I just move, like, once I exhausted Maroubra, I'd just go to Kuchi.
Yeah, yeah.
It was crazy, but I'd be like super honest. I'd have my mood board and I'd send it to him. But I would, at the very beginning, I would tell them, I'm like, hey, I'm just learning. If
Yes.
we don't achieve this, I put them, like, I framed it and put them in the mindset that was like, we are going to have a great time.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
if nothing comes of it, at
Yeah.
least we enjoyed this process and we had a good time going out and shooting and doing
Yes.
something fun.
Yes.
And that honesty change, like, the stress gets taken away.
yeah.
You can experiment more, and you don't set this crazy expectation that
Yeah.
leads to disappointment in the
Yeah.
end when you pretend that you're a pro, especially when you're starting out and you're trying to learn.
And the key thing also, that I forgot to mention, at the start, I'm not reaching out to people with 20 to 50,000 followers.
Yeah,
like,
true.
I'm reaching
Same,
out to like
same.
up and coming models.
Yeah.
So it's and then I say to them in that message as well, I'm also open to any other mood board suggestions that you
Yeah.
have. And also, this is a great opportunity for both of us to experiment and learn. Like, if you've got cool poses that you want to try, or you want any of that, like, you've got to it's got to be a win-win for everyone.
100%.
And that's what, like, I get, and I've gotten to the point now, I'm not saying I'm amazing, but, like, I'll have people who reach out to me and they'll, like, pick one of my shoots, which I'm flattered, right? And they'll go, oh my God, I really love this shoot that you did with Tekla and the horse, for example. And I was like, thank you. They go, I would love to shoot that with you. And I'm like, okay. What budget did you have in mind?
Yeah.
Oh, no, TFP.
Yeah, wow.
And I'm like, cool. What benefits? What's the benefit for me here?
Yes,
The only benefit is for you,
exactly.
right? You're adding no value proposition to me.
Correct.
Because I'm just going to, put up another... You want to do the exact same shoot?
Yeah.
Nothing's for me. So when you're approaching a model or a makeup artist or a stylist, you need to be adding value to them.
Yes.
because I see a lot of people, and even when you don't think about it, right? At the start, you go, oh, cool. Well, they're going to get some cool shots from me. Mm-hmm. Well, are they? Have you looked at their stuff? Have they worked with better photographers than you? Yep. Have they worked with better creators than you? If they have, then they probably don't need your work.
Yep, exactly.
That's when you pay them, right? And that's when I targeted, I'm pretty sure if I approached a model once whose work that she had worked across other people was way better than mine. Mm-hmm. And I go, hey, I was just, again, honest, did my pitch, but also went, is there any weird, wacky, or out there stuff or something that you just really want to shoot that nobody else has wanted to shoot with you? And she goes, you know what? Actually, I need some new digis and I don't want to pay somebody $300 for them.
Yeah.
So if you take my digi, because I wanted to do a really cool studio shoot. I want to do this edgy, dark lighting and that sort of stuff. And I wanted a really good model for it because studio lighting is bloody hard. Yep. You're starting from scratch. Yep. So I already had the stress of that. I wanted the model to be able to model and do their job.
Yeah, true.
And again, I put that in that initial message well. What can I do for you? And that's sort of what's happened now because I've had a couple of people ask me this as well. I've only been paid by a couple, but branding deals and that sort of stuff. My follower account's not huge. I think I'm 100 off 7,000.
Getting there, chipping away.
But if you look at that from a marketing point of view, they're all ROI, return on investment, and all that. But what I do have is good engagement, right? So I was like, okay, I think I want to start working with brands. And then I applied everything that I did with the TFPs for the models, the makeup artists, and all that sort of stuff. And I'd reach out to brands. I go, I love your product. I use it. I'm willing to do free content for product, which I'm sure they get all the time.
Yeah.
But here is my idea of how I'm going to do it.
Cool.
And then I'll tell them how I'm going to do it.
How are you reaching out to them? Email?
DM and email.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. Because then,
cool.
Again, I think that's the other thing that sales has taught me, and that I don't know if other people but put yourself in the other person's shoes, right? They're marketing. They've got KPIs, bosses themselves. They're in charge of a social media account. A lot of it is numbers.
Yes.
They're going to get messaged, DM'd by people like us all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. So from a marketing point of view, them sitting in there, they're going, oh, this guy has a really good idea. It's not my fault, by the way, if you do this and your idea sucks. It's not me. Don't come to me and be like, Sam, it didn't work. But they're going to go, oh, I've just had 98 messages of these people being like, let's collab. And then this person's come to me with an idea. It's not going to cost us anything. The only thing that's going to cost us is product. So I'm going to go to my boss and be like, hey, we're getting 2 reels, 2 carousels. And his work looks, it looks good. I address my follower count. I don't know if that's me just being like...
Why are you addressing it?
Because it's low I'm thinking of them, right?
Yeah.
I have a lot of people why are you addressing it, right? Yeah. I have people who are got 20,000 followers, and again, sorry, Henry will be like, followers don't matter, bro. Your work's great. He gasses me up. It's awesome. I love Henry. Yeah.
I agree with Henry.
Yeah. But then I go, yes, but you're a content creator like me. You know that value. Marketing don't necessarily know that. I go, some do. And because that's marketing, the only reason I know this is because I've recruited marketing.
Yes.
So I know what they're dealing with. I know on their day to day, they've got ROI, they've got numbers. They're very number focused. True. So I go, because they might look at it and go, oh, you don't even have 10K? You don't have 10K? But then I go, but my engagement's great. And then they look at it and go, oh, you know what? His engagement is.
Yeah, you're right.
But if I hadn't have brought that, I don't think if I bring that up, they're not going to look. They're just going to go, And the reason that...
No, you're right. You're right. I agree with you.
The reason that I back this up, right, is I didn't have a single brand reach out to me until I hit 5,000 followers.
Okay.
So for everyone who like Henry, all my mates who turned around and said followers don't matter, I would agree. But from their point of view, it doesn't. 5K must be a magic number in marketing where they go, once somebody's over 5K. That's when I started. Like, I'm not joking. That's when I had cold outreach to me. Yeah. And I was like, oh. But it was as I clicked over the 5,000.
And you think it's the 5,000?
Yep.
No, it's not.
Yeah, right.
It's not.
For the cold outreach.
Yeah. You think so?
It could have been a massive coincidence, but I'm talking within the month that I hit 5,000, I had three separate brands reach out to me. And everyone says we're crazy.
Yeah, like you are crazy. What is it? It's the difference between causation and correlation. You know, like it's not. It doesn't work. That you probably posted something sick.
Yeah, probably.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
And it's like that got out.
No, I'm going to die on my hill. With you and Henry, I'm going to die.
5,000's a magic number.
It's the number. Everyone out there, you must strive for 5,000.
I guarantee there's probably someone out there with like 20,000 that's not getting shit. It's like, what the fuck?
What is happening? Well, that's when you should follow and buy my course.
Shit.
No, checking my 10-step guide to getting clients. No.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, the other way that I got, again, it's networking.
Yeah.
Right? So this is why photo walks are so good. Like at the start, like when I first started getting back into photography a couple of years ago, I was like, man, like somebody told me about the TFP pages on Facebook. I was like, that's great. I'll go on there. And then that's how I started like meeting models, was through that TFP page, again, following that formula that I did. And then I'm like, how do I meet like other creatives? And then
that's a struggle for a lot of people.
Yeah. And then Nicole, as in Sailor Nicole, had her own photo walk and that sort of stuff. And so I attended that. And Henry and EC, so Henry C Films and then EC Wonders, I had literally spoken to them like once or twice online. And it was a mutual like, hey bro, love your work. And it was like, hey bro, love your work too. And I was like, oh, thanks. And then I'm like, dude, there's a photo walk coming up. We should totally go to it. It'd be great to actually meet you.
Yep.
And then I met them at the photo walk, and then we started like, because back then, a couple of years ago, I was doing all the shoots by myself. I think if you look at my shoots now, I've got like
very collaborative.
Yes. Yeah, like I love it. I love the collaboration. And that's when I sort of met EC and Henry, and I'm like, boys, we should shoot together. And Henry's like, dude, all I shoot is street. And I was like, so? And I'm like, do you want to learn portraits? And he's like, yeah, I'd love to. And I'm like, cool, I've got nobody who comes and shoots with me. Come with me and I'll teach you how to shoot portraits. The first shoot I think that Henry came along to was still today one of my favorite shoots that I've done, is the Peaky Blinder shoot that we did with Marcus.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure
that turned out sick, dude. So sick.
Oh my God. So Marcus, he had just come over from the UK and I was on the TFP page. I love Peaky Blinders, dude. Like I love it. It was such a sick show.
Yeah.
And I remember on the TFP page, like he posted, hey, anyone out there looking to do a Peaky Blinders shoot, and posted a photo of himself. I was like, damn.
Wow.
So this dude is good looking.
Yeah.
And he looks like, I'm not afraid to say it.
Yeah,
I'm married. I gotta work. This dude, shout out Marcus, good looking dude. Like I was like, he looks like the Peaky Blinder fit. He goes, I've got the suit, I've got everything.
Wow.
I instantly messaged him on not just Facebook, Instagram. I want to cover all bases. I was like, hey bro, I am your man. Don't shoot with anyone else. If you look at my work, I do a lot of like lighting and all that sort of stuff. I personally love Peaky Blinders. For you, like I will do
every
anything.
Sales tactic came out.
Everything came out. I'll do anything to do this shoot with you, bro. Like, and I'm like, I'm not going to charge you. Like, let's just do it. And he was like, oh, hey man. Yeah, love your work. Let's do it. And I was like, you really? Really? Sick. And then I messaged EC and Henry straight away. And I was like, boys, you know how you said we wanted to do a shoot together? This is it. Yep. And dude, it lined up. Like, I remember talking to them. I was like, location. Like, I was like, shit, where do we shoot this? Like, it needs to be like, I don't know if we're going to get this opportunity again, because I don't know anyone else out there, but the hardest thing I find for collaborations are stylists.
Yep.
They are so in demand. I don't know if there's like not many of them, or all they do is get really good paid work. But I always struggle to find stylists for like collaborative shoots.
Yep.
So the fact that he had all the suits and he had the look, I was like, dude. And I did some research, Cockatoo Island.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, this fits
How
the
good is it?
theme.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, dude, just bring ciggies. Just bring cigarettes, a couple of changes of clothes. Let's go 2 hours before sunset.
Yep.
And let's just hit it. So we got on the ferry, like getting to know him, like, and that's the other thing apparently, like, which I take for granted, is people go, how do you build rapport? And I'm like, what do you mean, how do you build rapport? But that comes from sales,
yes,
right? Like,
exactly.
it's just a sales. Like, I'm just used to it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Easy for me.
Yep.
So we're having a yarn, just hanging out, sick. We got to the place, and bro, the light.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal. Like, we got there like 2 hours before sunset, so we were just like warming up, doing these shots, and then the light just started like streaming through.
Crazy.
Like, I think I've posted that shoot, like I think I've got 6 or 7 separate carousels through my thing. But if you look, there's like these golden hour ones where like the big hangar that we're in, it like beams through, and he's like a silhouette, like lighting a cigarette. Like, we've got so many shots from that. But some of my favorite shots were like a complete fluke, was because you're in this big hangar. Is that the correct word? Hangar? Is it a
I'd
hangar?
call it that.
Like a hangar, right?
It's a big warehouse.
It's a big warehouse thing,
Lots
right?
of warehouses.
And I just remember going, okay, we have like shot this sunset to death. Like, I have shot it to death. And then we started to doing like what I love to do, like some RGB lighting, some silent. Like, I had I got in with like a lighter, like lighting the cigarette, and I wanted to get like the Rembrandt. And I naively go, so what's going to happen with the light? Like, the light's going to do it, as in like from the cigarette.
Yep.
And the
Okay,
flame didn't do shit. So then I set up, if you look at it, I was pretty proud of it. We were pretty proud of it. It wasn't just me, it was a team. We were pretty proud of it. We set it up to get the Rembrandt lighting, but it was coming from the actual light, but it looked like it was coming from the cigarette.
Very cool.
And I was like, yes,
That's
sick.
cool.
This looks so sick. And then just for some reason, I looked outside and it got to blue hour. But it was like
How
more,
cool is it?
yeah, more blue than I had like ever seen.
Yep.
And I was like, oh my God, everyone grab your shit, we're going outside. So we went outside and I got these like unbelievable like blue hour shots of him just like out there, just like smoking. Again, I don't condone smoking, but man, it looks cool in photos. It just looks so cool.
Yeah, man.
I feel like now though, we're smart enough as a...
We all know.
We all know it's bad for you.
Yeah, we all
Like,
know.
I'm not, like, by posting smoking, you all know it's bad for
Yes.
you. Like, you can't, like, look at me and be like, oh, Sam's the reason I started smoking. We're not in the 70s.
No.
There's no propaganda around it. Like, you know smoking's bad for you.
Yes.
But, man, it looks cool in photos.
does.
So let's just keep doing it in photos. Like, so we went out there. And the lighting just switched on, man.
Yeah,
like, it
man.
was just
It's so crazy,
sick.
right? There are times blue hour is like better than the actual sunset.
Yeah.
And so many people just pack up. It's like, no, guys, hang on.
Yeah.
Just hang on, because it's coming. Yeah.
And we got some, like, it just hung around. And we got the
Sick.
EC in one of his videos. If you look, he got these birds, like, flying as well through it. It was, like, everything linked up. Then we went back in and it was dark. And then we did all these, like, RGB lighting and all of this sort of thing. And it was the smoothest shoot. Everything just clicked. Nothing went wrong. And it was just amazing.
Yeah.
And still to this day, I'm trying to top it. Like, you always have
That feeling, though, is insane. When you're
Yeah.
in it and you just know it's all coming together.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy that, like, that's the shit you love.
Yes.
Right? And you were
Yes.
doing all those studio shoots, all that.
Yeah.
Like, you're still doing photography.
Yeah.
And listen to how you're talking about this.
Oh, yeah,
compared
true,
to how
true,
you were
true.
talking about
Children
that.
and family, yeah.
You know, so it really shows that like that's the shit that that's what drives you.
Yeah.
And you threw a camera away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You were like, no, this shit isn't for me because you were just
Yes.
in the wrong environment, shooting
Correct.
the wrong thing, doing the wrong
Yeah.
type of creative work
Yeah.
that didn't light you up like that. Like
Yeah.
imagine getting paid to do that every day.
Exactly. So it's really interesting that you say throw the camera away, because I got so burnt out that I actually sold all my Canon gear.
Crazy.
And then I was like, and this was because I was like, I'm done. Like,
But that's great. You did this shoot for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen to how you're talking about it. You don't even give a fuck about money, man. Like,
no,
you don't care.
no,
you don't
yeah,
care.
Yeah. Because it got to just before COVID. And I was like, I was still doing weddings.
Yeah.
Like I said, because I was like, the money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like, I'm making, and I wasn't even that expensive. I was charging $3,000.
Yeah.
But I was like, $3,000 per wedding. I did
It's
like
mad.
4 to 6 weddings a year. Nothing like, shout out to the GOAT, Josh Huggett, who does like,
Yeah.
oh my,
Constant.
like he does. I wouldn't be surprised if he did 100 weddings.
Yeah.
Like, dude is a beast, a machine, and he loves it.
Yeah.
And part of me was always jealous that people loved that. I wanted to love every part of the wedding.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I only
totally.
loved part of it. So then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sell all my photography stuff. I'm gonna, and this was before it was hyped, by the way. I saw this cool Fuji X100V
This was
Fuji
before it was
film.
hyped.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
a Fujifilm X100V, and I saw on a YouTube that somebody came up with recipes, and it was just point and shoot a recipe, and I was like, that's all I need. I'm like, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah,
Like I was
wow.
so burnt out. Like I was just like, which saying it like out loud, I feel kind of depressed that I got to that point, because
Yeah.
I was just again shooting for the sake of shooting to
Yep.
say. I was, even though I was in corporate for at that point 5 years, I was still hanging on to the I guess it's ego. I guess if I really think about it, it's ego. I was still wanting to say, I'm a professional photographer.
No, but you know that the thing, even though you hadn't experienced it, you know that shoot you did, the thing you know that exists somewhere.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah, yeah.
I know that I love this. I know
Yeah.
it because that shows it.
Yeah.
So it's that belief that it's like, no, it's out there. I know it's out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's also very difficult to come to the realization that like it's not working also.
Yeah. So then I always like to think of the X100V as how again, back in the day, they sold weed as the gateway drug.
Yeah.
I like to think of that was my gateway camera, because what it actually got me to do was I carried it with me everywhere, and I just started shooting again. And I was like, oh, I miss this. Like luckily, and again, Sabrina, my wife, like she's amazing. Like I would be like, babe, let's go shoot. And she's like, again? And I'm like, yeah, again. And she's like, don't you want to shoot other people? I was like, nah, I've got the itch. I've got it back. So then I found it quite limiting for portraits, right? Because it's a fixed focal length.
Yeah, you can't change it.
But then I went, ooh, I kind of like the recipes. I'm still being a bit lazy here. So then I bought the Fujifilm X-T5. So again, this is the biggest regret. I sold the Fujifilm X100V before
Yeah.
it got.
Yeah, wow. So you could have had it still.
I sold it for the cost of what I bought it. So in my head, I was like, boom,
Score.
that's score. And then it just skyrocketed in COVID. And I was like, damn it. So then I went to Fuji, and I love Fuji's colors. I love, but it's APS-C, right? Like the X-T5. So I was missing out on the bokeh.
Yeah.
The low light wasn't as good. And back then, I'm sure they've improved it, but the autofocus.
All those things matter, eh?
Yeah, the
When you're
autofocus.
shooting all the time. Those things
For what I was shooting, portraits and moving people,
Yeah.
I just found compared to my Canon, it was missing.
Yeah.
So then, but I loved everything else about it. If I was like a travel photographer or like, landscapes and stuff, I'd stick with Fuji. Like I really liked their colors.
So do I.
But man, Canon just like their autofocus, they've got great colors.
Yep.
Like I was like, okay, if I want to really take this seriously,
Yep.
I do that. But then in the back of my head, I'm like, you shot Canon for 10 years. Why don't you try Sony? So then I bought a Sony, and then
How'd you find that?
I liked it. So I bought again, YouTube, researched the hell out of it.
Yeah.
I ended up getting a Sony A7C II.
Oh, cool. That's what I got.
Yeah, which is like really compact.
Yep.
Really loved it.
I love it.
Yeah, great camera. But then I collaborated with Ted's cameras. So that was a big deal for me. That was one of my
That's cool.
big cameras. And that's where I met like the Leo.
Yep.
And we did a couple of things with Leo.
Cool.
Which was really fun. That's when I met Caleb and Jesse. Again, I was like, dude, photo walk's coming up. Because photo walks is just a great place to go and meet multiple people at a time without any pressure or stress. Like, because you know, when you're younger, your parents are like, never talk to anyone on the internet, never meet them in person. Now all we do is order Ubers and all of that sort of stuff. So you're like, it's a safe environment, safe space. So I met them there, and we really like gelled, and so we did a really fun collaboration. Like, it's on Caleb's YouTube. I think it's on my one as well, like a collaborative one. But we pitch again. This was a pitch, right?
Yeah.
We go, we don't want you to pay us, Ted's cameras. Like, we're passionate about portrait photography and that sort of stuff, but we want to do a thrift shop challenge. So the challenge was we'd have 2 models.
Yeah.
We'd have 3 of us. It was me, Caleb, and Jesse.
Yep.
You'd go into the thrift store. We went into a thrift store and we're like, hey, can we shoot something here? Like, we're going to buy the clothes from you, but then we're going to donate them back. Because we're like, we don't want to keep them. I think Jesse did, though, keep one of the jackets, because he's like, this jacket's
It's kind of nice.
Yeah, this is kind of nice. And then we had 20 minutes to pick the outfits for the girls. And then every minute that we saved would go on to our shooting time.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Oh, sorry, not every minute that we shaved. Every dollar that we saved out of the budget that we have would go onto the shooting time. It would give you more time. That's where I met Leo. And then Leo went over to Canon.
Yes.
So he now works over at Canon. So I followed that relationship, and then
that's how you converted back to Canon.
That's how I converted back to Canon.
Very good.
And now I've been shooting Canon for over a year now. I love it.
Yeah.
I love the colors. I love the menu system. Like, it's great. But I guess the real thing of what I'm trying to talk about is networking. If you want to be like photography, video, content, like, networking is so important. I learned that from sales as well.
Yeah.
Like, you never know where somebody's going to end up.
True.
And for me, I like to, do unto others as I wish done unto myself. Like, so what I mean by that is the Peaky Blinder one, right? In Your Phase is Faye. Super lovely. Love her work. Like, she's fantastic. I met her at a Canon event. And she comes up to me and she goes, oh, I really want to shoot Marcus. He's great. Like,
the guy. Yeah,
she goes, I saw your Peaky Blinder shoot. It looked awesome. That was my first interaction with Faye. And I remember going, I love your stuff. What are you talking about? And she goes, oh, I think I'm stuck in his, like, outbox. As in, like, when you inbox.
Oh, and it goes to, like, the hidden folder.
It goes to the hidden folder.
Yeah,
I'm like, don't worry, I got you.
Yeah.
But I want to come on the shoot.
Very
like,
good.
I want to come
Very
on the
good.
shoot.
Yeah.
I want to see how you work, because I really love your work. And she goes, well, I've got a YouTube, and I usually pay people to film my YouTube for me, because, I don't want people to do work for free.
Yep.
And in my head, I was like, you don't have to pay me.
Yeah.
I'm like, because when I started chatting to her, this is what I made in my head. This is the decision I made in my head. When I started talking to her, I'm like, she seemed like me. I'm like, I want you as a friend, because I love your work, and also you seem really cool and down to earth. If I now take money from you, for me, that's not friendship.
Changes the relationship.
Yeah, it changes the relationship. It's not friendship. And that's ultimately what I wanted. Like, after having that, I just assessed it in the conversation. I'm like, Faye's cool. She's nice.
Yeah.
I would rather do this for free because that's what I would do for my friends.
True.
Right. I would do it for my friends for free. Like, I wouldn't want to take money off them.
Yeah.
So I made that assessment and that judgment. Then I'm like, I don't want your money. I'll come film it, and I just want to shoot it, like, with you. Like, I want it to be a collaboration.
True.
And
that's
again a decision that you've got to make in the industry, right?
Yeah.
Some people would probably be like, oh no, I'll take the money. But it depends
True.
on what you
Some
what
people,
you want.
maybe it would make Faye feel better. So if in
Correct.
my position,
It might, yeah.
if someone does something free for me, I
Yeah.
would then feel like I owe them something at some point. So I would rather just pay you so we're even.
Yes.
So
yes.
whenever someone wants to be like around, I'm like, let me just pay you.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, I'll do it for free. I'm like, no, let me just pay you.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know what I mean? So in her
For sure.
position, it may just make her feel
I had already
comfortable.
thought about that.
Yeah.
So again,
the objection
I
handling.
already had done my pre-objection
Yeah.
handling. I had already said, hey, I'll do it for free. Don't feel bad.
Yeah.
I know. I literally said, I know you'll probably want to, you'll insist on paying me, but like, you're not going to owe me anything.
Yeah.
Like, I just
Exactly.
I said, I would feel bad taking money from you because I'm going to enjoy this.
Yes.
And I don't feel like it's like I'm going to have fun learning how you shoot, and also how I'm adding value to you by filming your
Yeah.
YouTube and learning how you shoot and seeing how you shoot. And also it's just going to be a good time.
Yeah.
And it was super fun shit.
Yeah, that's cool.
But again, that's the importance of networking,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
And it's like how you want.
It's
and
crazy
then
that you've met so many people through going to these events.
do so many. Like I've met Frame Fest, for example, was a great event.
I
Yeah.
loved. It was the
Yeah.
first time it was crazy, man. I've done this for maybe 6-7 years now. And
Yeah.
for the first 4 years, maybe 3 years,
Yeah.
I didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
No, everything was on my own. And then once I started this pod, I started going to more things and making more. I tried to really be intentional with meeting more people.
Yeah.
But a lot of it was online, like you were saying, like people that
Correct, yeah.
Frame Fest was the first time I actually went somewhere and I was like, shit, I have friends now, like
Yeah.
creative friends.
Yeah.
I didn't have that for like 3 years.
Yeah,
And it was such a cool experience because I went with my girlfriend. She's like, you know so many people here. And I'm like, I kind of do.
You're like, yeah, I'm kind of big guy on campus.
It was the first, but like it was a cool feeling to just know that I've got creative mates now. Because I was a PT, so all my friends at the beginning were all trainers. They didn't give a shit
No.
about photography or cameras or anything. So, man, 3 years like super lonely.
Yeah.
Just some creative friends that I never met in person just DM'd.
Same.
Or
Yeah.
comment,
Yeah.
in the comments, just going, I love your work.
Yeah.
And then like you're right, going to these events just makes you connect with these people in real life, and you don't know what they could lead to.
I made a YouTube. My only YouTube video that I have up there at the moment is Frame Fest. Is I went around to everyone and I'm like, if you weren't a content creator, what would you be? And I remember like people like, it's Will, who's already an amazing creator, got 1 million followers. And he goes, oh, yeah, well, I'd probably just go back to what I was doing, and that was just learning to be a pilot. And I was like, great, so you're already smashing it as a content creator, and your backup's a pilot?
Yeah.
I was like, dude.
Yeah.
And then I was like, went up to like Moses, and I can't remember, I'm probably going to butcher this. He's something like, oh, yeah, forensic science.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
was
this is
like-
multi-talented.
I was like, how, like, no wonder you guys are so
Yeah,
successful.
well, I had Mike on and he was like, I'm a scientist.
Yeah,
And I was
he
like, what the
studied-
fuck?
Yeah, he studied science. And I'm like, and they're like, oh yeah, what about you? And I'm like, I work in recruitment. I do sales. I work in
shit.
recruitment.
Yeah.
But then it made me realize that the thing that I did is because I went to Frame Fest and then I also went to the Sony event as well. On both of those events, because they were all on panels, right?
Yep.
I go, look, I'm grinding. Like, I want to do this full time. But I've never been able to get paid really a whole heap of like, I'm talking like a salary to photograph models and do the stuff that they want. So on each panel I asked them, how do you make your money? What is your top revenue? And it was really interesting. You had Julia and Faye. It goes presets, YouTube, brand deals.
Digital
But
products.
but the reason that they do so well in their presets is they plug it in their YouTube. So they go presets, YouTube thing. Then you got people like, I think, and please, any of you watch this and I've got it wrong, I'm sorry. But then you look at like Jason and Andy and they go brand deals.
Yep.
That's where I make all of mine. Same with like Will and Willis. Like they make all of their money from like brand deals, and that's how they make their living. And then on the side is, the other stuff. Then Moses, I think a lot of his was like presets, LUTs. Like that's where he's making a lot of his cash. So then I was like, okay. So then that made me really think, how am I going to monetize what I want to do without going back to where I began, which was weddings, events, just doing anything to get money to say I'm a photographer. So I've decided that if I really want to do it, it's going to have to be YouTube.
You reckon?
Yeah. Purely because if you look at my Instagram feed, all I'm shooting is portraits.
Yes.
So for me, it's going to be YouTube and brand deals.
Okay.
That's how I think I'm going to monetize.
You reckon?
Yes. Purely based off the fact I want to roll education into it. Because I do workshops now.
Yes, you do. That's a good...
The way the workshops came about is, again, I had a bit of imposter syndrome. I had people reaching out to me being like, I love your lighting. Can I come along to one of your shoots? But again, I'm not trying to sound like a dick. Like, I've already got my crew of people that I already collaborate with. If I'm then bringing another person in, that's another camera in their face.
Yeah, totally.
And then also, what value is it adding to me? Nothing.
Yeah, not much,
Nothing. I mean, if you turned around to me and said, hey, can I come to one of your shoots and learn how you do lighting? I'll film your whole YouTube for you.
I was just about to say that, yeah. You're adding value. Yeah, totally.
Adding value for me. Oh, you're going to film my whole YouTube? That's gold for me. Like, that's great. Similar thing that I did with Faye, right? I wanted to, like, I loved how she shot. How do I go along to that? I add value, right? So then I was like, then Mike, like, love Mike Jeffrey, awesome. He goes, dude, workshops. People want to learn from you. And I'm like, I'm not good enough. He's like, yes, you are. He's like, if you have people asking you, you're good enough. You can run a workshop. I will do it with you. So if it wasn't for Mike, I wouldn't be doing workshops.
Yeah.
So
sometimes you need those people to just push you.
Correct. So thank you, Mike. Thank you. Love you. And then, so then that made me think about my content, right? So I go, how can I add value to a viewer or a follower?
Yeah.
Because if you look at my stuff right now, like, and again, I don't want to sound arrogant, but the amount of people who go, oh, with your work, I thought you'd have way more followers. And I'm like, well, the reality is I don't. Like, I just don't.
Yeah.
And I think for me, what I've realized is because it doesn't add as much value. Like, in some cases, like
it depends on the person.
Depends on the person. Exactly. So I think, but I actually really enjoy teaching. Like, I get like a real good sense of, like, if somebody goes, oh, I didn't think of that, or now I can do that. I find that quite rewarding because I want to avoid making the same mistake of what I did at the start of my career, was doing anything to get money. So now in my head, right, I want to grow my followers, right? That's my sort of goal.
Okay.
But still, I don't want to sacrifice what I'm doing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense.
So my plan is YouTube, brand deals, and then education.
Okay.
So I want to do like educational reels. So I want to do, how did he get...
Good.
I want to make like a jingle. Bear with me.
Yeah.
There's this Pokemon card collector called Deep Pockets Monsters. He's got over 1 million things, and his hook is, I'm going to butcher this, but it's a jingle straight away. He's like, should I open it or should I keep it sealed? And I'm like, that's sick. Like, I'm in. I'm hooked.
Yeah.
So then I want to be like, how did he get that shot? Or like something like that.
Okay.
And then I'm going to bring up like a couple of my photos that people really like, and I'm going to talk through
Very good.
how I got, not even just me, if there's multiple of how we got that lighting.
Yes.
So I want to do that. And then in my YouTubes, I want to, again, it's something that I need to be conscious of. I want to explain how I'm getting the light, why I'm getting the light.
Yep.
So I want people to come to my page and go, I really love Sam's work. If they don't, then move along. That's fine. Like, that's the great thing about art, right?
Yes.
It's all perception.
Of course.
But I want them to be able to come to it and then also be able to go, I can learn something, so I can go out and do it. So I'm hoping maybe in a year's time we do another podcast together and I go, hey, bro, it worked.
I told
Or
ya.
I'm going to be like, hey, dude, I burnt out.
Yeah, I'm
It
cooked.
didn't work. I did all this work and nothing happened and I'm stuck. What do I do?
Shit. But at least you had to go.
Exactly. I'd rather try and fail.
Yeah.
And learn
Doing the thing you love, though.
Yes.
Which is...
That's the key.
Yeah.
That's what I've got. That's what I've realized that I could probably, like, I've spoken to Henry about this all the time because Henry's like, he's just about to hit 100K and he's really good. Like his stuff's phenomenal, really great stuff. But he always says to me, bro, your cinematic reels, they're awesome, but they need to be more hooky. Like you need a hook in there. You need a hook. That's how you're going to get followers. And I'm like, but then I'm creating something again that I don't enjoy.
Yes.
And I'm doing it for the sake of it. I don't mind doing a bit of a hook. Don't get me wrong. But for my cinematic stuff, I just want it to be cinematic.
Yep.
And I'm okay with that. But with my tutorials and the lighting, I can make a hooky.
Yeah.
And it'll be fun.
Make it
I can
hooky.
do a silly jingle and like
totally.
do that. And I can
Yes.
make the hooks there. Like I need to use that as my outlook. But man, YouTube, that's a whole beast.
It
It's
is.
just editing.
Yeah. It's a lot of work.
I've got one that I need to post that I've like 8 out of 10 done, right? But I'm just procrastinating because I'm like that. And then I've got a couple more that I need to edit. It's very time consuming, especially when you
is.
work full time.
Yep.
And then I burnt out at the end of last year. I was very close to like burnout because I don't know if people have looked, but on my I shot like.
Just trying to do too much.
Yeah, I was shooting so much. And then it got to a point...
Why is that? Do you think it's because you're starting to feel some sort of momentum that you don't want to...
Yes, momentum. And also I was trying... Like, for me, I don't necessarily need the shoot to... Like I said, remember, I was like, Peaky Blinder shoot. So good. I've done shoots that I equally love as the Peaky Blinder. Like the recent shoot that I've done with Alana, for example, the studio one that I've just done with me, Caleb, and Chris... Like those are, I will confidently say the best studio shots I've ever taken. I was stoked with that. We've got, again, it's a cigarette, but like we've got, and this is why, because studio, you got to start from scratch.
Yeah.
And this is where I kind of shot myself in the foot, right? But also I think it's good because it makes me grow. But I go, I don't want to just do basic lighting. I could do e-com lighting easy. Like I was a photographer. That's what I did. I want it to be better. I want it to be great. I want people to look at it and go, holy shit, that's sick. But more importantly, I want me to look at it and go, holy shit, that's sick. So me and Caleb were like at the start just going, this kind of looks bland. And I'm like, all right, let's switch it up. I'm like, let's go back. I'm like, what do we like shooting when we're outside? And it's like side lit, backlit. And what we were doing was just shooting it front on. I'm like, that's our issue. And so we did the light behind Alana. But then obviously when you do light behind, it's making this really cool dramatic lighting. Yeah. But then the issue that you have is it's going to be dark in the face.
Yep.
So I'm like, we need to put in a kick. Like we need to put it, but I put it behind me and I was like, oh, it's still a bit dark. And then in my head, I'm like, I should, and just as I was about to think I should move it closer, boom, Caleb's like, let's just put it right next to her. And I was like, dude, that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, yes. I was like, let's do it. Like if Caleb hadn't have said that, my brain may have, I think my brain was going there, but it might not have. I might have just put it closer, like to her and then maybe shot from the side. But Caleb's like, let's put it right to the side of her face. I don't think I would have thought of that. But Caleb did. If I didn't have, if we weren't working collaboratively, we wouldn't have got those shots. Man. I'm going to make a YouTube, but you'll hear it in our voices in the YouTube. We were like, oh my God, this is epic. This is awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I think if I was there by myself, I reckon I would have been pretty stagnant. Like that shoot would have probably just continued on the trajectory. Because a lot of people ask me, why do you collaborate? Like, why do you do that?
Yeah, what makes a shoot, one of these collaborative shoots, successful?
I think if you're to collaborate, you need to find the people that you collaborate well with are the ones that sort of still think on the same side of what you're thinking, but also slightly different. So the way that it works is I'll go, okay, I've got an idea. And then I'll reach out to like Caleb or EC or Henry are usually the main boys that I shoot with. And I go, hey, this is an idea that I've got. You keen? And they go, yeah. And bam.
But what about like the outcome of the shoot afterwards? What's the outcome you're looking to achieve?
Oh,
Is it work? Is it more followers?
Yes.
Is it a brand deal?
So for me, when I first started doing the TFP, it was just because I love it.
That's
like,
it.
I just love it.
I want to make something sick.
Because I work in, and again, I don't think my boss will ever watch this, but Lauren, me and Lauren have this conversation all the time. We're like, recruitment, like she runs a podcast as well. Like that's her passion.
Yes.
She does, it's called Tarpod, and it's all about internal talent within the recruitment industry. That's what she loves. I love photography. She knows that.
So do you think this helps you a lot? Because like you have this limited amount of time to create, you're more intentional, you have to, like it's got to be something.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm starved creatively in this job.
Yeah, but that's a good thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So when I do it, I'm like, I'm passionate, I'm ready to go. So like, if it's a really cool shoot, like,
and
I want to do it.
Going back into working and making money out of it, you could lose this. You know that, right?
Correct. That's why I'm only ever going to do this full time.
Yeah, if
it's through my YouTube or if it's through. Yeah, I think that's the only way personally. If I'm thinking about it out loud, because brand deals. Yeah,
you just got to know who, like we were talking about before, like your audience. So you speak differently depending on who you're trying to speak to.
Of
like
course.
who you're talking to, right? You talk to a beginner creator. It's the same as like you talk to your parents, you talk to me, you talk to your boss.
Yep.
You're going to speak completely differently. So knowing that you're going to try and get a brand deal, you need to have content that appeals to them and speaks to them.
Correct.
I feel like with what you're doing, you could still do it. My experience from doing this type of portrait work, when I first started working with just reaching out to models, I realized real quick we'd shoot and it'd be like really cool and fun. And after doing like heaps of them for a year, I realized like I'm going to take these cool photos of this model and nothing's going to come from it. She is never going to pay me a cent.
No.
She's going to take the photos and we're both going to have like cool shit to post. And I was like, this isn't going to lead to work. Until I realized like they're wearing shit.
Yeah.
And I started tagging. Every time I'd shoot with someone from that point onwards, I switched. I was like, what are they wearing? Whatever it was they were wearing, I'm like, this is now an ad for that brand. And that was the whole... She'd get her shots, but I wanted the ad.
Yes.
And it was very similar to what you're doing in terms of like reaching out to brands and saying, I have an idea, but basically saying this was my idea and I just did it for you.
Yes.
And I got a lot of work through that.
Spec ads, basically.
Basically spec ads, but I was doing what you were doing, like just portrait work, collaborating.
Perfect.
But then taking that and DMing the video and the photos that I took to the brand and saying, your brand is awesome. They made my photos look amazing. Just wanted to say thank you. And the amount of work I got off that is, I got this job. I've worked with this guy for 3 years. It's led to this podcast studio. It's led to so much work. And it came from doing a random shoot with this dude who wanted to take photos of his sneakers because he had a mad sneaker collection.
Yeah, wow.
And he was wearing a jacket, a Muscle Republic jacket, for no reason. And when I posted the video, I was like, this is a Jordan sneaker video.
Yeah.
And I was like, should I tag Muscle Republic? Like, I probably, like, they're so irrelevant. They're in one shot. One shot, I took a close-up of the Muscle Republic jacket. I tagged him anyway. 2 days later, CEO of Muscle Republic sends me a message. This video's sick. Come in. We need to talk to you.
Epic.
It came through that.
Yeah.
And this is where I feel like, and then that guy is best friends with the owner of this joint. And
again, networking.
Yeah, he referred me here, and that's how that all started. But it all came from that. I didn't make that tag. These guys don't even know I exist. Whole life changes. Very similar to what, like, you're doing this work. Just do it for the brands.
Yeah, smart. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, whatever they're wearing, whatever you get the stylist or whatever lights you, just do it for the brand. Like, you're going to make this content anyway.
Exactly.
You're already making this sick shit. You make that Peaky Blinder stuff and you tag the fucking suit brand that the dude's wearing.
Yeah.
The cigarette company. Like, all of them. Just list them out. What shoes is he wearing?
Yeah.
And just send it to them.
Yeah.
They're then going to look at it and be like, holy shit, we need this guy to do this for us with our new shit.
Yeah.
And now you're still doing the stuff you love, right? But you're putting it in their face, like you're sending it to them.
Yeah.
Rather than, asking for permission beforehand. You're just doing it.
Yeah.
And I think you can get, with what you do, because it stands out, you have your own style. I feel like you can get so much work that way. That's how I got most of my work at the beginning.
Yeah.
Was just doing it and literally just sending it to them. I did a backpack joint, same shit. They were like, these are so good. And they were like, I forget, it was like a Australian backpack company. Fuck, the name's gone. Anyway, they were like, that's our old colors. Can we send you our new colors that are coming out? Do the exact same thing you just did. Yeah. And they paid me for it.
Yeah. So it's really interesting what you say, because in my head, automatically, and I think I'm assuming a lot of people are going to relate to this, terrifying. So again, I think it's imposter syndrome, because all of what you just told me, right, all makes sense. But then, like for lighting brands, I do it, right. Like I work with Jun now. They're fantastic. I love their lights. They're great. Like I've got a good relationship with them. But like clothing and all that sort of stuff, I would then go, because for me, I think it comes down to the thing with TFP and doing shoots for free. Is I have a safety blanket that if it fails,
you don't need the approval.
I did it for free.
Yeah.
Are you going to complain that it failed? Oh, no. Like, I've done it for free. Yes, you gave me your time, but I also gave you my time. We failed together, right? It terrifies me that if a brand...
Once they start paying for you, they have to
that's what I mean. If a brand reaches out, like, that's what I struggle... Like,
but this is going to be very similar with it. When you get your brand deal, and it will come, it's very similar.
Well, I've already had a couple, right, where they've paid me.
You're going to be in that same position.
And I was like...
It's scary,
Scary, man. I was stressed. I was like, I don't want to fail.
Yep.
I don't want to do a bad job. And again, I had lovely, like, my wife, Sabrina, I had EC, Henry, Caleb. They're all like, dude, your stuff's great. Why are you going to fail?
Yeah.
But I think it's imposter syndrome. I think that's the correct way to say it. Is like, I go, well, what if MJ Bale does reach out, right? And they go, I love your Peaky Blinders shoot. Let's do something similar.
Yep.
I loved your horse shoot. Why don't we do you know, also MJ Bale, if you're listening, let's do a suit on a horse.
Yeah, totally.
I would then go, well, if they're paying me.
There's now an expectation.
There is an expectation. There's now deliverables.
Yeah.
What if I miss some of those deliverables?
Yep.
What if I stuff up? Like, it's a really daunting thing for me.
Yes.
So I think that's why I've been more going, well, if I do the YouTube, I can still just keep doing exactly what I want.
Yeah.
No consequence.
Totally.
And I don't have to be afraid of failing. Because right now, if I fail my YouTube,
doesn't matter.
I don't care. I'm only letting myself down. If I fail a brand, I'm not just letting the model down. I'm letting down the makeup artist. I'm letting down the stylist. I'm letting down the brand itself.
Yes.
And for me, I think that's really scary.
It is scary.
But then the really, really funny thing is,
Yeah.
which I think is hilarious, which I think probably a lot of people do. If Henry came to me, if Caleb came to me, if EC came to me, said, hey, bro, I got this awesome like opportunity. I'm going to tag these brands and do it. And they told me exactly what. I'll be like, shut up, bro. Your stuff's great. Go for it.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? I love your work. You're not going to fail. You've proven time and time again that your shoots are great. Why are they all of a sudden going to fail?
Yeah.
But it's like a fear of a fear.
It is.
It's mental.
Do you ever like look at people like you got to also know people look at other people and think, oh man, I'm nowhere near as good as them.
Every day I do that.
But at the same time, do you ever think that there's probably someone like half as good as you living your dream?
Yeah. So
because they've just got the balls to just put themselves in front of these brands and say, let's go.
Yeah. I don't know if it was in the podcast that I did with Mike, as in Mike Jeffrey, but that's the thing that it just clicked. And he goes, there is somebody out there, and he doesn't swear, but somebody out there who is way shitter than you.
Yeah.
Who has no imposter syndrome and has the balls, who isn't a perfectionist.
Yep.
And they're getting out and they're doing it and they're living your dream.
Totally.
And I was like, holy shit. I was like, you're damn right. You're like, they are. But, oh, dude, yeah, the comparison thing, there's like, it's so true. Like, doesn't matter how good I am. There's going to be a 12-year-old kid out there better than me. Like, it's just doesn't matter. But if you focus on that, I try to use it as inspiration now. But there are some people's stuff that, dude, you just look at and you're like...
Yeah, blown away.
You're like, I'm never, ever, ever. Like, there's been multiple times this week that I've commented on people's stuff going, I quit. Because I'm just like, I'm not, like, your stuff is phenomenal. And I try to use it as inspiration, but sometimes it can get, if you could, when you're burnt out, if you're at burnout, don't go on Instagram.
Yeah.
Don't look at other people's stuff because it's just going to burn you out even more. If there's any one bit of advice I have about burnout, because I've been through it multiple times, is take a step back, assess what you're doing, what you enjoy doing, take a break, and don't go. Don't look at other people's stuff.
Totally. Yeah. There's a way to deal with it, eh?
Yeah.
But it's true, man. And I think a lot of this conversation and like even your story, like everyone, myself included, like success and making it work looks completely different to everyone.
Yes.
You know, and you can't look at someone and say, I'm not successful because I'm not doing what that guy's doing. It's literally different for everyone. You got the creative journey is like figuring out what success looks like for you.
Yeah.
Not, you know, doing things just to please other people or ego or money. It is figuring out what's best for you.
Yeah, and I think I'm fortunate now that, like I said, I'm old in my mind.
Well,
like
a lot of the times you have to go through it to learn, though. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We've both been through, like, and that would be any advice to anyone listening. If you're starting out, do everything.
Yeah.
Like, shoot everything. Do it for free. Doesn't matter. Like, obviously get a part-time job. That's what I did, right? I worked as an extras in the background of Home and Away and TV shows, and I worked at a bar, and I shot everything.
Yeah. And
then I realized very quickly what I loved and what I hated. And again, this is just my piece of advice. Doesn't mean that people are going to listen to it. It's a similar, I feel like it's similar with relationship advice. You give it and not many people listen. But don't do what I did and go, okay, I've shot all these different things. I hate this, this, and this, but it's what's paying me. I'm gonna do it anyway just to say that I'm a creator or I'm a photographer. Because trust me, you get burnt out, and then you don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the one thing that I am now applying. Technically, if you think about it, it's my second chance, right? That I'm now applying to my second chance. Is I could probably quit my job today if I wanted and go shoot weddings and shoot events and shoot that, but I'm gonna wind up exactly back where I was before. So I'm glad that I failed.
Yes.
Because now I know moving forward what to do.
You're carrying over all those lessons that you learned and you're implementing it. And it's working for you, man. Like, it's really good to see. Yeah.
But hopefully, year's time, I'll be back on the pod and we'll be like, yes.
Oh, yeah, totally. I'm going to hold you to it.
Yeah.
No joke. Yeah. I'll still be here, bro. Don't worry.
Well, what's your plan for the next year? What are you doing?
I'm focusing on the pod, man.
Yeah?
And just growing, building on the pod. So for me, it was like, what are the things I don't like about this is that we're just sitting here and talking.
Yep.
I love doing this, but I also love being a creative.
Yep.
I love filming, taking photos. I love all that. But the more I do this, the less creative work I'm doing. Even editing this, I'm just editing two dudes with a black curtain, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I'm implementing like a once a month. The solution to this was like, how do I get out there, but also like make it a part of the pod? So one episode per month, instead of us sitting here, I will then follow you. I'd go to your shoot. And I'd ask you the same questions. So it's like a pod, but we're actually showing the story rather than just sitting here talking about it. So I'm doing one at the moment. I've got the second one lined up. So I'm spending a whole month and I'm just going to everything. For me, it's like I can keep the pod alive while also including the things that I love doing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah, because then you can watch it on YouTube and listen to it.
Yeah, man,
on
totally.
Spotify. Well, people probably won't want to hear my story again, but if you want to film a shoot,
the first guy that I'm doing, I actually had on the pod like a year ago.
Sick.
Yeah. But there's just so much of what he does that it needs to be shown.
Cool. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah, because you're still going to ask the questions throughout it.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Similar to is it like Vogue that does that 101 questions or something at that person's, at celebrities' houses or something?
Okay. Well, I was at this guy's house yesterday, but
there you go.
He runs sprint club, like he does these sprint clubs because he's a fashion dude. He does an athletic apparel brand.
Yeah.
And the inspiration from the apparel brand was running these sprint clubs. So I was like, I've got to go to the sprint club. Then at home, he's like stitching the clothes together and he's got his sewing machine and everything else.
That's a great story.
And for his release, he's using my studio, my photography studio, to shoot his campaign.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be there on Saturday night. So I can put, like, and actually show the whole story. When he's talking about what inspired the brand, he'll talk about the Sprint Club. I've got footage of that. When he talks about putting the pieces together, I've got him at home designing it.
Yeah.
When he talks about creating campaigns and shooting and the release, I'm going to have footage of him at the studio.
That's so cool.
That's the idea.
Yeah, I'm definitely not.
And I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I'm definitely not as cool as that guy, but you can come to a
Everyone's got a cool story. Everyone's got a cool story. And then my next guy's a muralist, a guy that goes around the city and paints murals.
Dude, awesome.
So, yeah, man, that's.
And are you filming it yourself?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm doing it's a lot of work. I'm
Maybe you need to get somebody who's looking to learn, who wants to shoot
100% do. 100% do. I would love that.
So, well, anyone listening, they want to learn from you and the person.
Yep.
Come shoot your YouTube.
Yeah, a lot of guys
free.
don't realize, especially when they're starting out. Guys like us love having people around if they're going to help shoot, like an extra shooter. BTS shooters, they're so valuable.
100%.
It's such an easy way to get yourself around other people if you want to learn.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That would be, because that's my main tip. If you're looking to learn from a photographer, if it's like you see it so many times on wedding pages. Oh, hey, bro, can I come and learn to shoot from you? What value are you adding to them?
Yeah.
So if you want to learn from, offer to shoot their YouTube.
Totally.
Perfect.
This has been sick, dude.
No,
Yeah,
thank you.
thanks for making the time. Thanks for sharing. And I look forward to just continuing to watch you make cool shit, honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah, every time you post something, it's the last thing is, like, you've got a really cool style. And I think that's what separates a good photographer from a great photographer. Like, I don't have to see your name pop up.
Yeah.
You know, when you see something and you can know who it is.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that a lot of creatives want to achieve when they first start out. Like, I want to make something and I want people to know that that's me without knowing that it's me.
Oh, awesome.
And I think you're definitely getting there, man. Like,
Thank you.
I know. It's like you pop up and I'm like, that's him.
Thank you. I love that.
Which is good.
That's
It's really,
awesome.
really
I've
cool.
always wanted a style.
A lot of the times you don't even realize you're doing it until you look back and
That's
you're
what I
like,
mean, yeah.
oh man, that's my thing. But yeah, love it. Love everything you're doing.
Thank
And
you.
I look forward to seeing you in a year's time.
Yes. 100% keen.
Legend. Thanks,
Thank
bro.
you.